when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Updates morning show. This morning we are coming to you live, no, not from the Port Mall, live here from the Buku Integrated Facility. The Taste of Buku 2022. As we continue to give God thanks for life, I am Julian Skeet.
And I am Natalie Richardson, joining Julian and of course all of you viewers this morning, wherever you are from, of course Tobago, Trinidad, the region and the world at large. Welcome. We outside this morning. Are you ready?
Natalie, how are you doing this morning?
I am fine, you know.
It's good to have you in the mix here in the Taste of Buku 2022.
And I'm really excited, Julian. You know, we locked down for 2 years, you know, and we are here 2 years later, Julian.
Yes, and this morning I just want to give a quick shout out. Don't panic, viewers. Giving a quick shout out to Rhea Richardson George. We want to continue to send you our love and support. We know that this is a very challenging time within your entire family and dealing with arrangements for next week. Yes, viewers, we're going to give you the specifics coming up in terms of being able to join virtually the funeral arrangements that will be taking place next week, Monday. We'll be giving you those details a little later on in this week. And the Rhea Richardson George and family, we continue to send you the love and support, and not just from us here on the team, but as we've been seeing, Natalie, on the lives as well, sending out that love and support to Rhea most definitely in this challenging time.
Yes, you know, Rhea is a staple. When you log on to Tobago updates in the morning, you look for Julian and Rhea. And I know some of you might be, but who is this person? This is not Rhea. No, but I'm just here for Rhea this morning, sending her love and support. So don't worry, we'll all have our Rhea back soon.
This is Natalie on the outside, folks. Natalie on the outside.
Excited to be here this morning.
This weekend has been amazing. And you know, I'm saying weekend, but it got started from as early as Good Friday. What sort of activities would you have been involved in over that period, Natalie?
I must put the kite flying in the mix, you know, and to be honest, Julian, I have not done that, I think, maybe since my childhood. And I said, you know, let me get the hands a little dirty and do something. Let me see if I could still put the kite up. And I must say, viewers, I didn't do too bad, you know. It was really exciting. And sometime today, Julian, I hope I have some time to get more kite flying in, because I really had fun. To
be able to get it into the mix. Well, this has been a long weekend for me. I said that Easter is one of those times I celebrate right through and right down. It got started for me. I was involved, my daughter and her cousins, and the kite flying. Let me commend Idlewild in terms of putting on an excellent initiative there in Glen Road.
And it was quite family friendly. It was. You know, I was a bit skeptical at first. Sometimes, you know, you have little ones in environments with the adults.
Oh, yes.
But it was really clean family fun.
Yeah, very much so. And you know, I really want to send out commendations to all those organizers. You know, Glen Road, I would have been up there at that one taking place with Marsha Holder and the entire team. Community initiative, similarly as well in Mount St. George. I know Laverne and Lavienne and the entire family enjoyed that space, the Mount St. George Police Youth Club. And I know throughout the Tobago space that there were a number of initiatives happening, almost every angle you turn in terms of kite flying. And it really said something in, you know, what is our custom here in terms of getting out with the family, enjoying the space and being able to participate fully in terms of the engagement. Really impressive. I have to send out my commendations as well to Bitter Cassava Production. Excellent. Natalie, I would have had the chance to be there on the closing night. And I must say, on my feet, on the edge. Impressive, the excitement, the dance, the energy, the movement, the youthfulness, the coming together of those seniors who looked on with joy and with pride. Exceptional.
It tells you, Julian, that, you know, the future of the art is in good hands.
Definitely.
You know? And people are asking, so I hope Mr. Primus and Miss Kerr, I hope you all are listening. People are asking, are we going to get a chance? Because a lot of people missed out. And with all the talk and the momentum of those who went to show like you, Julian, you know, people are asking, are we going to get an opportunity? So we have to stay tuned.
Yes. I say no pressure at all. This is a shout out. You know, TPAC out there, CEO Elvis Rajman and the entire team, Jared Rishon. All of you in the mix, as well as under the distinguished patronage of the Chief Secretary, the Honorable Fali Augustine, as well as Secretary with responsibility for tourism, Tourism, Councillor Tashia Boris. Exceptional indeed, and I want to send out kudos this morning to the entire team.
Yes.
Thank you for having us there. It was certainly a pleasure. In fact, let me shout out this morning, I know we bounced up there on the closing night. Devon Adana.
Right.
Certainly we ensured that we represented as far as possible to fully appreciate everything this morning that would have taken place over the course of the weekend. That's it for now, viewers. But don't worry, we'll be chatting about so much more having happened over the course of this long weekend. Viewers, at this point, we go to the news in 90 seconds with Denicia. I don't know. Oh.
Police officers have issued over 80 tickets to road users on the island over the Easter weekend. Tickets were issued for many infractions, including driving under the influence of alcohol, speeding, seat belt violations, and more. Police continue to honor their commitment to be very visible and conduct roadblocks throughout the island over the long holiday weekend. They are reminding the public that they will be out again in full force today for the Taste of Buku festivities. In his Easter message, Chief Secretary Fali Augustine is looking forward to the Taste of Buku as the event to whet the appetite for visitors. He says it has sparked a flurry of activities and events over the Easter weekend to complement the goat and crab races. The Chief Secretary believes it is a good signal to all that even after a 2-year pandemic, Tobago still has a lot to offer. Drawing parallels to Christians celebrating the resurrection of Jesus Christ on Easter Sunday, Augustine says there is a revival of business and activity happening on the island. The price of fuel increases from today. However, members of the newly formed National Transport Association signaled the possibility of a nationwide shutdown. At a press conference yesterday, the media was told that each member will decide whether or not they will operate. Just last week, the NTA called for consultations with the government ahead of the fuel price increases in hopes that it can be delayed. There was no response to their calls. The NTA is made up of taxi drivers, truckers, and other transport providers across the nation. That was the news in 90 seconds. Back to you, Julian.
Welcome back, viewers. Yes, thank you so much, Denise, with the news there in 90 seconds. Viewers, there's been so much happening here in the Tobago space, and it really sent an exceptional signal of our vibrance here in Tobago once again for the Easter celebrations. We saw numerous persons, Natalie, coming into the Tobago space really to celebrate, and we are thankful. And, you know, we encourage as far as possible for persons really to make every effort to continue to wash regularly, to sanitize, so as to ensure that we are able as best as is possible in terms of managing the numbers with regards to the current COVID-19. I am happy at least, and we give thanks for some sense of it being managed to date, and we look forward to, even after the Easter celebrations, that we can continue in this vein.
Because, Julian, you know, we want to stay outside, so we really have to be responsible and continue, as you have said, you know, to be aware of our environment, even more movements.
Yes, most definitely. And, you know, it says to us, as I rightfully indicated, you know, I want to shout out my friend giving me some troubles. There are a couple of them giving me some troubles on the live this morning. I don't want to call Nadine's name, but a couple of them giving me some trouble on the live this morning. You know, into the celebrations and the activities, excellent brunch activity as well taking place yesterday down at Pigeon Point Paradise. And I want to thank the host and for having me. This morning, I'm sure I got in about 3 this morning, and you know, the excitement continues quite naturally, and I'm happy to be here. And what was so good in terms of the love and support, almost everybody leaving that event. Skeet, 7 o'clock in the morning.
He made it, viewers. He made it just
so we are here. We are here. Hey, let me shout out to anchors as well. We are here. We are here. This is the Tobago Updates morning show, and we really want to thank each and every one of you for the continued love and support. We've got some birthdays to recognize, a major celebration, and we're calling for those photos this morning. She is celebrating a major birthday today. She's up on screen now. And who do we have, Natalie?
You know, when I saw this, Julian, and it is Cynthia Walcott Melville. Happy birthday to you, celebrated over the weekend. And this is coming from your family, from this family here as well, Tobago updates. And Julian, I saw in the greeting 75.
Yes.
So I was a bit confused. I looked at the picture. I said, Mrs. Melville, 75. I said, well, that is something to aspire to.
And she is celebrating 75 with pride. I know that her daughter, Kuki Melville, is usually on the live. Liesel James and the entire team sending out birthday blessings to you to ensure that she has a well-enjoyed birthday.
Yes.
I suspect the 75 started.
I'm telling you.
This
so
is
Mrs.
only the
Melville,
start.
Mrs. Melville, blessings to you, and we love you. And you just keep staying as fine as you are.
And the other birthday that we have on the lineup this morning, she would have celebrated her birthday over the long weekend as well. Our very own Secretary with responsibility for health, Dr. Faith B. Israel.
Right.
So I'm looking out for that photo as well for Dr. Faith B. Israel. Certainly a supporter, loyal supporter here in terms of tuning in. In fact, I tell Dr. Faith, I don't know how she does it, but she is able to keep on top of social media, every possible angle, and we enjoy that.
Very hands-on.
And we appreciate that in terms of very hands-on.
Most
Indeed,
definitely.
I had the chance to see her also at the Bitter Cassava production for the closing night, along with a number of the other officials there, really supporting our Tobago culture and the art form. So sending birthday shout-outs to Dr. Faith B. Israel this morning in terms of recognizing, and we know that she's probably, as I told her very nicely when I saw her then, you get a chance to celebrate for the entire Easter weekend.
That's right, and so many activities, Julian. And for those of you viewing, in Tobago, we do have an Easter Tuesday, and that is today. So you find that where in Trinidad schools would have begun today, Julian, our schools officially open tomorrow, because this is just how we do it in Tobago.
Yes, and Natalie, I don't know about you, but have you had the challenge? My daughter, Morning Lavian, is telling me, so Daddy, we have to go back to school now.
Yes.
Do you have that same kind of...
Yes, and because, our children are around the same age, and I know Nathan is also watching this morning. He woke up early. I got a phone call.
You have to shout out Nathan,
I got a phone call on the way this morning. And I said, Nate, you're up. I want you to wake up as early as you did this morning on your own tomorrow. So we're putting that to test tomorrow, Julian.
Yes, definitely. And we really want to send the very best to our students heading back out.
Yes.
For some, in terms of our children as well, it's the first venturing into that school environment, because having started primary school at a time with the pandemic in 2020, it's now a moment for them in terms of transitioning to the physical space. But, parents, have no fear. We're confident that by God's grace, they will make it and they will do well. Let's just do our part to continue to remind them about their critical responsibilities. We're in Buku. It's a taste of Buku 2022.
And we're on the outside.
Yes, and we are on the outside. And Natalie, who do we have first up in the lineup this morning on our rundown, so our viewers get a sense of who is coming up in the interview lineup, because we are at a taste of Buku. So naturally, who are we going to start with, Natalie?
Of course, we will sit with our assemblyman for the area. He's the area representative for the Buku Mount Pleasant area, Assemblyman Sonny Craig.
And I suspect, I know he mightn't have the supernatural powers, but I find we're having an extremely sunny kind of morning.
I'm telling you, he probably walked with it. Definitely.
Right, so viewers, we have an exciting lineup for you. We're also going to hear from Cuthbert Alexander, President of the Tobago Goat Owners Association, that will be joining us, as well as Victoria Rees, founder and owner of Rees Sugar Rush Buku. And this morning, who do we wrap with, Natalie?
We wrap with Inspector Anderson Alfred. Of course, he's the inspector attached to the Shervan Police Station. So, we'll get to know more about how today will be organized and how we can remain safe.
Yes, certainly. So this is your chance, viewers. It's important, all of you joining us via TV, via radio, those of you joining us online, YouTube, via our website, and particularly those of you on Facebook. Yes, it's a taste of Buku 2022 happening here. We're coming to you from the Buku Integrated Facility. This is the Tobago Updates morning show, and this is the time where you are now required to ensure that you share the live, share the live, share the live.
I just want the microphone. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Good morning, good morning, good morning, put a smile on your
Rest
face.
easy at
When you're moving from
American
place to
Stores.
place.
Up to 20% off. Outstanding discounts on selected Serta, Sealy, and Therapeutic mattress brands. Check us out today at American Stores, where we make quality living affordable.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
We party till we drop down there with a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash in transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards.
Welcome to Tobago Update Sports. I'm your boy Marcus Daniel. Thank you.
Trinidad and
looms
and remains when
the public is
nobody lives here. Oil and gas exploration continues to affect the livelihood.
Spearsides Marine
in Tobago fishermen.
When will the Roxborough Hospital be fully functional?
Of the 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. window
at the
treasures
like the golden waterfall
to rise in Tobago.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show, coming to you here live from Buku Integrated Facility, and today it's a taste of Buku 2022. Just before we head over into this segment this morning, I want to also highlight thanking again our sponsor for joining us on board this morning. Yes, folks, this morning the blue, pink and white combination that you're seeing, the shirt I'm wearing this morning, is courtesy Checkpoint, and that's Checkpoint located at Upper Main Street in Scarborough. Checkpoint catering from boys right up to men, and they got a touch of stuff for young ladies and ladies as well, and that's 639-51 5148. That's 639-5148. Remember to check checkpoint viewers. As we head into this segment this morning, as I indicated to you, we are coming live from the Buku Integrated Facility. And yes, you know, if you're coming from Buku for a taste of Buku, you have to chat with the fella and the gentleman himself behind a number of the activities happening across the very broad and active electoral district. And we welcome on set with us this morning Assemblyman Sonny Craig, area representative for Buku, Mount Pleasant. Morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Brother Jude. Good morning to all our viewers, regardless of what part of the world you are. Good morning.
Yes, certainly. And you know, when I'm in Buku, and even more so when you're chatting with the area representative for Buku, I have to remember to shout out my family in Buku. Yes, folks, if you know the Skeets any at all, we're right across there, Skeets Trace on Golden Grove Road.
Right.
All my uncles and aunts I know tuned in. Auntie Selma, I know you on YouTube this morning. Granny, I know you're watching us on TV in terms of connecting with us, and the entire family there sending morning and shout outs to you all. As we chat this morning, before we even get into a taste of Buku, traditional over the Easter weekend is that we would have some things happening, activities in Mount Pleasant, and then we come on Tuesday to Buku. Let's start by telling us a little bit about yesterday's activity within the Mount Pleasant area that took place on the Mount Pleasant Recreational Grounds.
Well, yesterday I was impressed with what happened at Mount Pleasant. We didn't get the crowds we were accustomed to, but the CMB group, which is an NGO, a group of young people basically came together and tried to pull off this event, and they attracted a lot of young people, a lot of children were there. And you know, everything is not perfect, but I must draw on the positives. I think it was a great initiative that to be built on. The space was there because the village council had indicated they were not going to pursue similar to Buku.
Yes.
And so they sought to bring something to the front. And I admire them for the effort. I think it was a good effort. It was not as crowded as we are accustomed to, but I think it was a basic success.
And I suspect that might be a natural level of caution happening within our Tobago space at the moment, even as we return, you know, as Trinidad and Tobago to enjoy the outside. Are you hopeful, quite naturally, because of what you've seen, as you mentioned, both in terms of the Mount Pleasant taking place yesterday, the coming forward of a grouping of younger persons, and similarly, we saw that energy happening here for a taste of Buku. Are you hopeful that that will now lead to a greater kind of resource coming to 2023 with both the village council and these additional areas of interest in terms of delivering a greater production for both Mount Pleasant and Buku for 2023?
Yes, I encourage networking. I encourage that a great deal. Even here in Buku, we have a group coming together. Really, it wasn't all my doing, and similarly in Mount Pleasant, you know. So there is room for synergy, there's room for networking, and I believe that next year would be even more grand because it's a milestone. I don't want to quote the figure, but I know next year is a milestone for Mount Pleasant, and I give the village council all assurance that, you know, once they're on board and they are active, they will run the program next year. And of course, for this one, they volunteer their assistance, right? Members of the council volunteer their assistance. So it's a nice camaraderie. And I think it's encouraging going forward. Yeah.
Very nice at that. So as we chat today, for the benefit of our viewers, we are at the Buku Integrated Facility. Give us a sense. We're looking at what's our startup time and what kinds of activities do we start with. We know it's a taste, so we ain't getting everything. But give us a sense of what the startup is going to look like for this taste of Buku 2022.
Well, I was privileged to meet a gentleman in the process named Mr. Jesse Taylor. And Jesse works with the Division of Tourism, and that division basically took the lead in putting together the THA's offerings for this program. So I wish he could have been here this morning, but he lives in the country. It would be a challenge to be here. But he would have advised me that, you know, we having a street parade, we having characters. He calls it the melting pot of characters that are going to constitute the initial part of the program from 11 to 12. From 12 we have praise and worship, led by Pastor Terence Baines. We have the Buccaneers Steel Orchestra would be here. We have various performers would be here, and of course our Chief Secretary and the entire team of the Tobago House of Assembly will be here to grace us with their presence and to render support to the program. Yeah.
So courtesy at the division with responsibility for culture.
Yes.
We're going to see some elements of the art form coming in. And yes, we have Jesse Taylor on. So Jesse, we're looking forward to real serious thing in terms of the delivery and display of our culture and the art form. Tell us something. Are you looking forward particularly for that continued engagement of younger persons in the mix as we seek to ensure that they are appropriately prepared to make that connection with those more experienced ones in delivering our culture and the art form?
You can say it better because as I said on previous interviews, preservation of what you have is a deliberate thing. You can't just leave it up to guests to say, well, okay, we'll do it next year. If I grew up with your uncles and aunts in Buku, and we were masters of traditional toys, the roller, marble pitching, and so on. But the generations now do not play those games, and that is because somebody didn't deliberately insist that we continue. So I'm hoping that the young people would witness as they witness and as they participate in the process, they are going to be willing to embrace and to assist in having our traditions grow from strength to strength. Yeah.
All right, excellent. Particularly for our children and younger ones, what can we expect in the mix today? You know, over the years, they've seen their own preparation with some of the games and some of the activities here. Give us a little sense of the caterings for children and those younger ones that probably coming out with mommy and daddy today, but they're saying, I don't want to be boxed into that seat in the pavilion. Any activities that will be taking place for them?
We had to be cautious about it because the advice we're having is that the bouncy castle, which is the main port of call for children, would constitute them being in a risky, for want of a better term, risky situation. I think there'll be activities to attract them, but I could tell them up front, the bouncy castle will not be here today. If there's a bouncy castle, there'll be limitations, of course, on how many children could play at the same time.
Right.
So the children would be taken care of today. No need to worry. Come on down.
All right. Yeah. And the other area that we want to chat on as well, we see that there's also an opportunity for persons within vending and handicraft, and so you can give us a sense as to, you know, what could persons possibly look out for today in that area?
Well, I am waiting with bated breath because, you know, I'm a natural eater. I just love food. Some people eat to live. I want to change that around, but I won't do it on set. But there will be a wide variety of cuisine available today, from local to, I think there will be some Indian delicacies and so on, and the local foods we are accustomed to and we love. We have 20 different tents with different dishes for you to choose from. And we have 5 different tents with handicraft items and so on for you to choose from. So you must leave here with some kind of memorabilia for Taste of Buku 2022. You just have choices. We always have choices in life, and we made a wide range of choices available for patrons today.
We have an interview coming up later this morning with the Goat Owners Association. As area representative, and more specifically representing the interests of the THA, how critical did you feel it was, you know, as I said to persons, we saw the taste happening in Trinidad for Carnival. How critical do you believe it was to ensure that they would have been involved in today's initiative? Because I understand that they naturally made some demands, given that it had not happened for some time. Just tell us about that.
Well, the goat owners, are the really lifeblood of this event, and they are the ones that motivated me more than anything else to work to ensure that this event came off. So they are ready. I had a meeting with them a few nights ago. Well, wherever they had differences of opinion, we had conversation and we sorted those out. So, and you know, your uncle is one of the long-standing men. I know his name would be called in the future.
Oh yes,
with the sport, and they are ready to go. Some of them came to Mount Pleasant yesterday. They did some short races at Mount Pleasant yesterday. Not the full gauntlet, but you know, at Buku here, this facility has been built expressly for goat race. This is like your Santa Rosa Park. This is the place of goat racing. This is where the derbies happen. So they have been with me all along, advising, and I've been learning, because although I grew up in Buku, I was never really a goat race enthusiast.
Yes.
Right? So they have been walking the track. They have personally sought to pull out unnecessary weeds from the track because the track suffered some lack of care over the last 2 years, lack of use, lack of care. So it's not the ideal track. they will tell you that, but they said it will work. And of course, after this event, we'll have to be deliberate, again, that's my word, in ensuring that the track is preserved and the right grass is put down. It's a sand-based track with the grass planted in. So we just have to do what it takes to keep it the way it's supposed to be. So the track is ready, the accommodations are ready, the seating facility is ready, and this is all about the goat owners and their survival. This is all about the art form and its survival. And we're praying and hoping everything works out fine in that area, because therein is the real essence of the taste of Buku.
Yes, and you know, some of our viewers are on, and they definitely want to know. Tell us about the potential benefit to the people of Buku in specific. I know that beyond just the facility itself, a number of spaces and places that one can enjoy. Tell us a little bit about that, the benefit that is expected to also be derived from this Taste of Buku 2022.
Taste of Buku represents also the restarting of the reef boat industry in Buku. As a child, when you talk about Buku Reef, you came to Buku Point. And though the trade is being plied from Pigeon Point and Storby, there's no harm in having a part of the trade being run from where it originally began. So we are going to work assiduously towards that. So what happens now is that we have so many guest houses. I had the responsibility of distributing passes for persons who live beyond a certain point in the village to ensure that they could get home safely during the traffic that would be accumulated today. And I was surprised to know that there might be close to 60 guest houses in Buku, but they are not necessarily well advertised to the local and even international market. So this springboards the return of a lot of bed and breakfast business to Buku Point. It springboards a lot of business for the catering business in Buku Point. There are a lot of caterers, there are restaurants here that are frequented nightly. We have a few on the main road here. I wouldn't want to call names and leave out anyone. You know, that could be tricky. So, and those of us who patronize these restaurants, we know them. So we have that business in Buku. We have the restaurant business, we have bed and breakfast. We have Healing with Horses, which has international acclaim now, where you could take your horseback ride along the beach in the water and so on. They would put on a little demonstration today here at Taste of Buku 2022. We have, in addition to that, we have a lot of farming happening here. Don't talk about fishing. If you look at the bay right outside the facility here, you realize how many fishing boats are in the village, and it's part of our plan going forward as an administration to look at fish processing. We have Natisha Pantin and Tate working on that. Nice. And I must put a plug here for the THA. You know, I so enjoy working with this team. You know, I hear so much about the team on social media. I hear negative things about the team, and I'm right there with them, and I can't seem to see it. Am I blind here? But the team has come forward to assist in Buku. Trevor James and Joel Sampson. They got the roads paved all the way in. The Chief Secretary has been working assiduously with the administrators to ensure that the funding and all that is on board for the program. So we have a lot happening from every level in Tobago to ensure that Taste of Buku 2022 is a success. We have the Village Council. The Village Council, we ensure that they are part of the program. We give them the invitations to be here today. Nice. We know that they were not able to facilitate the planning of the program this year, but nonetheless, we are a team that works with, we network. Yeah?
Yes.
So for 2023, they are already speaking of the 95th anniversary of the event. That is symbolic, and we're looking forward to that. So once Assemblyman Sonny Craig is in Buku, we're looking at a peaceful, progressive journey. We're looking at sunny days ahead, and I know that today will be a success.
And I am certain that he's also praying for that sunny day, that sunny day today, to ensure that persons are able to fully utilize and enjoy. Just before we wrap the interview this morning, I want you to give us a sense. One of the issues that has been raised over time in years gone by is that we have this grand facility and we maximize the activities both in Mount Pleasant and Buku for the Easter period. What can we look forward to as additional? Can we look forward to additional initiatives? Or is it just that after the Taste of Buku today, we wait until next year to see the activities again?
One of the ideas that has come to me from many quarters is that Taste of Buku carries with it it doesn't say goat race. So therefore, a Taste of Buku could be seafood festival. A Taste of Buku could be something sporty. It could be so much. And I'm not going to divulge some of the ideas at this time. I believe in conversation. I want to meet with the leaders of the community and have conversations with them so that we could have synergy going forward, and we could, whatever we plan and put out there, but we are not limited to goat race.
Excellent.
We are not limited to goat race. And in the few years, coming, we're going to work at trying to expand that. And not just in Buku, Mount Pleasant, Canaan, but that's the conversation across the island for the THA. There are so many ideas that we could explore safely and really bring that marketing to Tobago that Tobago needs. I must also thank Antashia Boris. I shouldn't start calling assemblymen names, but let me say, for the assemblymen who are listening, the entire team has been on board assisting with this program.
Excellent. And just
sorry, I had to say Megan Morrison. Megan Morrison.
I suspect you're going to end up in some trouble.
I'm in trouble now.
In some trouble this morning. Just remind our viewers as we wrap, the time to be down here, to head down to Buku today, to ensure that they enjoy what there is to offer.
All right, so everything begins at 11, and that's the parade in the streets, and then we have the activities at this location really beginning at about 12 o'clock, right? I just want to caution everyone to be of the best behavior. There's a traffic plan. Cooperate to the police. Please cooperate to the police. You will not all be able to park right at the doorstep of the activity, but you have options. But you can make a drop-off here, and you could park further up into the village. Some people park as far as Montovin Golf Course. It's safe, basically, and the police are everywhere. And as Inspector Nurse advised us, that they have support coming from Trinidad just to assist us in being at our best behavior. And just one more thing quickly, if I have the time, after 2 years of COVID, I'm of the view that every single citizen has basic knowledge on how to protect themselves from COVID. It was like a 2-year training course, repeating the same phrases over and over again for 2 years. And I believe that this doesn't have to be a super spreader event. If we implement what we know, we practice the masking and the washing of hands and so on, we would have stations all around the facility for you to stay sanitized, and I think this could be a great event. Yeah?
All right, excellent. Thank you very much there again, Assemblyman Sonny Craig, certainly ensuring, and I think it's appropriate to close with the words of two of our viewers online, Russell Morrison. Sweet Tobago, much love and blessings. And also Rhea Francis, teamwork indeed makes the dream work. So we want to say congratulations to Assemblyman Sonny Craig and the entire team, as there would have been activities taking place yesterday at Mount Pleasant, and today from 11 a.m. we're all looking forward to a taste of Buku 2022. And yes, viewers, you will be able to follow us on the live here at Tobago Updates. And of course, we want you to follow on the live as you seek to head down to Buku for those of you who are in Tobago, and those of you joining us in Trinidad, those of you joining us in the region and the world at large. Yes, we'll be carrying it live so that you'll be able to follow the day's activities as you enjoy. And by the time you have enjoyed today's activity, I'm certain you would be heading online and searching to book your ticket for 2023 to ensure that you are here to enjoy the Easter celebrations in Tobago. Viewers, at this point, we want to thank each and every one of you joining us on the live. Hey, I see my family reach on the live. Celine Skeet, morning to you joining us on the live. Adana Combi, Wayne John, Wayne John, and you know, Wayne, all right, let me behave myself on set this morning. Good morning to you, Wayne John. All right, Sharon Mills, Anne-Marie Brathwaite, Marilyn Murray, Kanisha Kwame, and the entire team out there. Let me also give shout outs to Blessed Humble Chick joining us on the live. We met up, bounced up at the cricket, the closing of the cricket activities. So thank you so much for the continued love and support. We want to thank each and every one of you that continue to tune in with us day after day, folks. And we want to remind you, thank you so much. Those of you joining us via TV, those of you joining us via radio, those of you joining us online at YouTube as well as our website, and those of you joining us via Facebook. This is the time. It's a taste of Buku 2022. We're coming to you. This is the Tobago Updates morning show coming to you live from the Buku Integrated Facility. Now is the time. Now is the time to ensure that you share the live, share the live, share the live.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
It's a different type of thing down there. What? And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Rest easy at American stores. Up to 20% off. Outstanding discounts on selected Serta, Sealy, and Therapeutic mattress brands. Check us out today at American stores, where we make quality living affordable.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
This day in Tobago history. Did you know that on April 18, 1974, world-renowned Tobagonian poet and playwright Eric Merton Roach died? According to peoplepress.com, 48 years ago yesterday, Roach left behind a suicide note titled Fini. He was 59. Roach drank insecticide and swam out to sea at Quinam Bay in Trinidad. Ironically, At Quinam Bay is one of Roach's poems which foreshadowed a dark demise. Roach, who was born on November 3, 1915 and raised in Mount Pleasant, became a school teacher after
Smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning.
Are looking at Tobago Updates, the morning show, and it is Easter Tuesday in Tobago, and we're on the outside. We're coming to you live from the Buku Integrated Facility, and this morning I have the pleasure of speaking with Inspector Anderson Alfred, who is attached to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, and he is based at the Shervan Police Station. So good morning and welcome to Tobago Updates, Cecil.
Good morning to you, and thank you for having me here.
You know, viewers, when we hear Inspector, we form an image in our mind, and I saw the officer standing waiting to come and be seated, and I'm like, but where's your car key? And you know, usually when we see inspectors, they don't look so young. So Inspector, tell us, how long have you been in the force?
Thank you for that compliment. Well, I have been in the police service. July the 1st this year will be 26 years.
Right, wow, 26 years. So a person who we can get some solid information from, he has the experience and training, viewers. And we are here to talk about what to expect today. We know it's a big event in the village of Buku. We know that 2 years we sat it out, and everybody is so excited for what is to happen today right here. Tell us about the roadmap. You know, you're expecting, of course, people coming in. You have the villagers who may be, a bit wary. How do I move in and out of my village? Tell our viewers a little about that.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad to explain to our viewers and to let all our visitors, all our residents in Tobago know that the journey into the facility to enjoy today's activities is simple, and it was geared towards their safety. So our journey begins at the Buku intersection with Shervan Road at the traffic lights. There they will be met with kind and courteous, customer-friendly police officers.
And I want you to pause there, viewers. Kind and courteous. Don't give the officers a hard time, please. All right? They're here to assist.
Yes. So as these customer-friendly police officers are on duty at the intersection, the visitors will journey west along the Buku Main Road. And their journey ends at the intersection of the Buku Main Road and Periwinkle Drive. There, another set of courteous and customer-friendly officers will direct them along the Periwinkle Drive, which proceeds now east. That's in the vicinity of the Buku Health Center,
right,
and the Buku Primary School. There, they will be escorted or directed to a parking facility that's at the western end of the Buku Primary School. Just behind that school, there's a football field. So there's maximum parking for persons entering here for that activity. There will be also other stakeholders involved. We have our associate officers from Trinidad that will be here providing extra security to ensure that they are safe, because public safety is one of the pillars that we stand upon, especially for this event. We want persons to come and please comply with these courteous officers. There will be traffic signs along the roadway, and there will be persons who are tasked with the responsibility of ensuring their safety, because public safety is our #1 priority for this event.
Right. And having this event 2 years later, because we know because of COVID, the whole lockdown, and we weren't able to enjoy events like this. What is expected coming out of a 2-year absence? You know, what numbers are you expecting to come into Buku today? Do you think people may be a bit overzealous? How is your team preparing for this?
Well, we know that of the announcement of this activity taking place this year, we know that the public is waiting for catharsis, a release,
right,
to get into back some sense of normalcy.
Right.
So we expect probably maybe about 2,500 to 3,000 persons. Right? I'm just estimating right now.
Right.
So, however, what they should be aware of that post-COVID, this facility is geared towards their safety, health-wise, and their personal security. So as persons come in, they will see a police presence, right? And we hope that alleviate their fears and concerns for their personal safety and their personal space.
Right.
So we are just encouraging persons that as they come, please comply with the directions of the officers and enjoy yourselves.
Right. And you know, when one of your senior officers, ACP News, at a press conference last week, I believe, would have, of course, encouraged all of us to be on our best behavior. What should we expect should someone not heed that caution?
Okay, well, there are degrees of dealing with any level of lawlessness. courtesy is number one. You know, of course, our officers will speak to individuals or that individual concerning their behavior, and we will deal with that as incrementally as the situation arises. There are some, I would say, levels of dealing with criminality or misbehavior, especially in events like this. We know persons will be consuming alcohol.
Right.
We encourage them to stay within the legal limit, especially if you are a driver,
right,
or, as a matter of fact, designated driver.
Right, yeah. And viewers, that is so important, not to take away from the officer, but let's really be responsible. We're out here to have fun. We're on the outside. We're on the outside.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. So as long as we work together, because we know the relationship with the public and the police has been strained, but we intend to bridge that gap by not adding to the fragmentation, but to work together through partnership to accomplish it, because at the end of this event, we want everyone to be safe and to have enjoyed and have wonderful memories of this event. And we hope that the police officers, you know, will leave a wonderful impression upon their minds that we are here to work together. We are in this together. We all love Tobago, and we want to see Tobago prosper.
Most definitely. And with an event like this, is it that the Tobago arm of the TTPS can handle this, or do you have officers from Trinidad joining in?
Yes. Well, it is one organization. We are just separated by water. So at a moment's notice where the administration sees fit to get that extra resource to deal with the situation like this, because we also have visitors here on the island from Trinidad. So that will increase the portfolio of the officers in Tobago here. We have several events that we must police at the same time. Some of them are simultaneous as it relates to time, and venues are very close. So we are grateful for our counterparts coming from Trinidad to assist us.
Right, and I'm sure that, you know, for some of them it may be their first time to such an event. So although they're on duty, they could take a little peep and see, you know, in terms of what goat racing is all about on the island.
Indeed, indeed.
You're expecting 2,500 to 3,000, and as you said, that's just a guesstimate. You never know the exact figure. But with numbers coming in, and in a village like Buku, which is a densely populated village, how is the TTPS going to handle the movement of even villagers who may have other activities outside the village to attend to?
Oh, great. Well, our stakeholders, our internal stakeholders and external, we looked at this traffic management plan from a project management perspective. We identified the scope of it, which was to ensure the safety of persons attending the event, and also the residents, that they should not be adversely affected. So therefore, I believe the organizing committee may have, up to this time, made arrangement for persons to be identified that live in this village so that they can have a free flow. If persons from this village comply with the same traffic movement that we have created, it will be an excellent flow for persons living here and persons visiting here, because we have actually made this area into a circular. But as you proceed west from the traffic lights down to Periwinkle and the Buku Main Road, and you go straight across, that's east, along where the primary school is, you can follow that road and go straight back onto Chauvin Road. So it's a perfect circular.
All right. So a lot of thought went into the planning, because as you said, so many people coming into the village, you don't want, of course, the villagers to be inconvenienced.
Indeed, indeed.
You know, and this is awesome, viewers. So for those of you who may be wondering how things will be handled, don't worry, we're in the hands of the TTPS. So you can come on down, you know, the street parade is at 11 and other activities will follow. So feel free. But remember, we have to do our part. As the officer also said, you know, be responsible. With COVID being in the mix of all of this, Inspector, is there any post set up? And you mentioned internal and external stakeholders. So who are some of the stakeholders TTPS has partnered with?
For this particular event, we have created a venue operating center. That venue operating center consists of personnel from the fire service, personnel from the health sector, TEMA, TTPS, of course, and the fire service. We worked together to bring this to pass, and we had several discussions, and with COVID in mind. So along the venue, there are sanitization stations, and we have persons here. We'll be encouraging persons to continue, even though that this will be a packed facility, try within your personal capacity to do some social distancing and wear your mask, please.
Right, and I was just going to ask you about
please.
because
Of
it's
course.
still the law, it's still a mandate
Yes, please
for us
wear a mask.
to wear a
Yes.
mask out in public. How should an officer, and you can give, from where you sit, because we will have some of us will not have our mask during the event. How do we encourage patrons, how do we encourage even the officers to deal with it in such a way where it may not get, too tense?
Okay. Well, as I had mentioned before, we look at it incrementally where we can use moral persuasion. But some people, as you start drinking and socializing, you discard the mask. But our officers are highly trained and efficient in getting the message across about wearing a mask. There are persons who are especially skilled in negotiation and speaking to the persons and having them comply without being any form of confrontation or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah, but it is for their own personal safety. We encourage that. And, of course, the fixed penalty register is still active.
And can you tell us that amount?
It's $2,000.
$2,000. We don't want 2,000 TT dollars to come out of our pockets, viewers, just because we didn't obey the law. All right? And I just want to thank you so much for your time and letting us know what to expect and to reassure us that TTPS is here. And remember, we have to work together. And I'll say the inspector is very familiar with this phrase. Teamwork makes the dream work. So let's work together. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me here.
Excel Spa by Haley, where our highly trained staff are ready to deliver the top-class services in facial massages, waxing, nail enhancement and body treatment. We are ideally located at Coco Avenue, Switzerland, Tobago. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TripAdvisor, or you can call us on 730-0149. Excel Spa by Haley. Relax, renew, and rejuvenate.
Good morning, good morning, put a smile on your face.
There's a taste in the air everywhere. Feel the vibe, cause it's something to share. Smooth, rich and creamy, you'll find it right here. Makes you smile, relax a while, it's fun and good cheer. Ooh, enjoy every scoop. Ooh, every taste will get you hooked. We have flavors that you love, a combination special. Come along, enjoy our treats. This is Uncle Pete's.
Safely and anonymously. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime. You can play your part safely and anonymously. Report a crime. Earn a reward. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime. Be a hero. Champion. Fearless citizen. Be a crime stopper safely and anonymously. Call 800-TIPS. Help stop crime.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Are you looking for that all-in-one shopping experience? Then look no more. Visit Lamb's Best Mart for your grocery items, fruits and vegetables, drinks, home items, stationery, gift items, hampers, shopping gift cards, toiletries, small hardware items, and much more. We provide order and pickup service, even delivery to your door. We are your friendly community supermarket. Check us out today at Lamb's Best Mart, located at 22 Daniel Trace Canby, or visit us on social media at Lamb's Best Mart.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning,
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back to Tobago Updates Morning Show. And this morning, yes, we're on the outside.
That's right,
we're on the
Julian,
outside.
that's right.
We're coming to you live from the Buku Integrated Facility. And it's been a great morning thus far. It's been a great morning thus far. Natalie, and the thing ain't even started yet.
I'm telling you, it's just warming up, Julian. And this is where some of the action or the highlight for today will be right on this track, Julian.
Yes, certainly. And we just want to remember in the mix this morning, 2 more quick birthday shout-outs.
Sure.
And we want to send birthday greetings going out to Alicia George. And that's coming from Rhea Richardson George. Alicia, yes, her sister-in-law. And Rhea wants to make sure that you have an enjoyable birthday as far as possible. I'm not sure if Rhea wants you to be in the celebrations or she'd want you to celebrate that with family. But Rhea is sending out birthday greetings to her sister-in-law, Alicia George. And I also want to send a birthday shout out to Elaine Cipriani. All right, my neighbor out there up in the Scarborough. We want to ensure that you have an enjoyable birthday celebration as well. Coming from me and my family and the entire Tobago Updates family, wishing you an enjoyable one. We're in the final segment, folks. We're in the final segment. And you see, we're on the track and we're ready to go. No, it's not us, folks. We'll wait for the games. And remember,
we'll wait for the professionals. Julian, the professionals. Yeah. Let the goats and the jockeys handle their business today.
And just a reminder of viewers, what time, Natalie, do we continue in terms of the live for persons to continue viewing this morning?
We will be back at 10:30 this morning, of course, because we want you to get everything. We want you to get the parade. We want to get the entrance of those coming in here for when the official opening happens. Everything. And for viewers, you may be visiting Tobago and you've never been to this facility. You've never been to goat racing and you can't figure out what is that. Come down right here. The action is live.
Yes, and for those of you who will continue to view us, those of you in Trinidad, those of you in the region and the world at large, this is your opportunity. After you've taken in the live, in fact, I'm sure you're already excited and ready to book that ticket for 2023.
Definitely.
The Easter celebrations in Tobago is a must, and we most certainly look forward to having you. Natalie, what's happening on the live? What's happening on the live before we run off?
I saw Ascala messaging us. Ascala George, good morning, Ascala. Glad to know that you're tuning in. We also had Siobhan Stewart Allen. She is always on, that is a staple. I usually look for her name on morning.
Yes!
And what I like about the connection we have with our Tobago Updates family, Julian, you have the regulars. And if you don't see them, you have to do some investigation.
We have to look out. We have to look out for them, or else something is definitely wrong.
Yes.
Let me shout out as well, Lisa James out there, Latoya Anderson, Kuki Melville, and all of you coming on to the live and joining us. And let me go in there, let me run in there very quickly. Hey, I'm seeing Tracy Lyons. Hey, these people had a time with that interview with the officer.
Yes.
An entire segment.
And there's a whole Kwashi clan there. I don't know if they're all related, but I only seen Kwashi this morning. Kwashi family, big up to you and good morning.
Certainly shout outs to you. Sharon Mills, Cindy Taylor, also on the live, Russell Morrison, and Alicia George. I see Alicia already sending her thank you. Godfrey Moore, Lucretia Williams, each and every one of you joining us on the live here this morning. We want to thank you so much here this morning as you continue to show us your love and support for the Tobago Updates Morning Show. Natalie, it's been great having you on.
Always a pleasure, Julian.
Yes, most certainly. And I'm sure Rhea is there smiling. I spoke to her during the break.
Yes.
And I'm sure she's there smiling,
Rhea,
continuing to send you that love and support. And we definitely want to remind each and every one of you, Buku is the only place to be today. In fact, school starts tomorrow to allow Buku to happen today. So let's ensure that we make we take full utilization of this. And as I heard some of our teachers saying last night, and I'm certain our students would have said the same, our teachers who are enjoying the activities a bit.
Yes.
Thanks so much to Secretary Zarisha Hackett for ensuring that we had today to appreciate the activities, our culture, our art form, and to really enjoy the Buku celebrations before the return. And parents, on that note, we look forward to, we want to hear about 100% return to school tomorrow to start the new school term. And kudos and all the best to our students. And for today, remember, it's Buku, it's all things Buku. You got to continue to stay connected with us here in Tobago.
And let's also remind our viewers and even those who are just around, COVID, it's still out there. So let's remember to wear your mask, sanitize, watch your social distancing, especially when you come down to enjoy yourself. But remember to be responsible. And as the inspector reminded us, if the alcohol is present, get a designated driver. Thank you for viewing us this morning on Tobago Updates.
And a quick reminder, folks, you're going to be seeing many of the faces today. My information was definitely, you know, you're just accustomed to seeing some of us on the morning show. You're going to be seeing a number of our hosts, a number of our reporters in the lineup. You're going to be seeing a lot of the faces of the Tobago Updates morning show. And I look at the smiles behind the camera of our director and team. And I just want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you. And as Ria would always remind us, it's important to wear that mask. Ensure, Natalie, some just like to sanitize, but you wash those hands with soap and water. And of course, then you use the sanitizer if all other options fail in that regard. And ensure that we maintain our social distance as we continue to battle and to fight against COVID-19. But certainly making that adjustment to life as we go forward productively as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. This is the Tobago Updates morning show, and we're coming to you live from Buku. See you shortly as we continue the live for today. Bye-bye for now, folks.
Remember, we outside.
We outside. Natalie ready.
Ready.
Bye-bye, folks.
And I got my brains, and I'm pretty like my mama. I don't want to pick your brains. I just want the microphone. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Good morning.